So, good day everyone. We are the Group 1 and we are here to solve problems involving some of the topics that covering basic calculus. So, basically, we are going to apply all the knowledge that we have learned during our basic calculus class. So, for that, meron tayong dalawang part. So, for part A, answer each item and explain in your own words. So, for number 1, explain what the equation limit of f of x as x approaches to 2 is equal to 6 means, and is it possible for the equation to be true and yet f of 2 is equal to 7? So, una, what does the limit of f of x as x approaches to 2 is equal to 6 means? So, ang ibig sabihin lamang nito is, as x is getting closer and closer to 2, our f of x approaches a certain value which is getting closer and closer to 6. So, sa madaling sabi, habang yung x natin, yung value ng xc natin, which is 2, papalapit siya ng papalapit sa 2, yung ating f of x ay papalapit din ng papalapit sa 6. So, actually, we can graph that using Desmos. So, using Desmos, although walang limit dito sa Desmos, pwede natin i-type yung functions. Ang function natin ay f of x is equal to 6. So, 6. So, as you can see, ito yung graph natin. So, straight line lang siya. Pero kapag gumamit tayo ng table of values, so ang value ng x natin doon ay 2. So, dapat hanap tayo ng mga values or kukuha tayo ng mga values na nag-a-approach or papalapit ng papalapit sa 2. So, we can start from 1.3. So, next is 1.5. Then, 1.8. 1.99. Then, 1.999. So, as you can see, what have you noticed? So, ito yung x natin, ito yung horizontal axis natin, ito yung x, dito malolocate yung value ng x natin. So, habang papalapit ng papalapit yung x natin sa 2, lumalapit naman din na lumalapit yung f of x natin sa 6. And also, you can see na yung value ng f of x natin ay equal lang yan sa value ng y values natin, which is itong 6. So, throughout the graph, iisa lang ang value niya. So, constant siya. Okay? Ganon din kapag kinuha natin from the right. Kasi itong value na nakinuha ko dito ay from the left lang. So, kung from the right, mas mag-a-approach sa 2, we can start from 2.8, then 2.5, 2.8, 2.5, 2.1, 2.01, 01, then 2.001. So, as you can see, kung from the right, magpapalapit ng papalapit naman din yung graph natin sa 2, then mag-a-approach siya yung f of x natin sa 6. So, parehas lang lamang sila. So, therefore, we can say na sila ay equal. Okay? So, nag-a-approach sila parehas sa 6. Next, is it possible for the equation to be true yet f of 2 is equal to 7? So, what does it mean? Kapag in-evaluate ba natin yung function, mag-i-equal ba siya sa 7? Yes, it is possible for the equation to be true. So, for example, mag-a-assume tayo dito ng isang function para ma-prove natin siya. So, let's say na nanggaling itong f of 2 dito sa function na to. Again, this is just an example, okay? So, ang f of x natin, so f of x is equal to 7 if x is equal to 2. So, dahil may condition tayo na equal sa, yung x daw natin equal sa 2, pwede natin i-evaluate directly itong 2 dito sa function natin, which is yung 7. And 7 pa rin yung makukuha natin. So, pwede natin siya i-prove using Desmos again. So, papinalitan natin yung f, kapag nilagay natin ng f of x equal to 7, so as you can see, kung from the right, no, yung values natin, papalapit din siya ng papalapit sa 7, yung f of x natin. Habang naman, kapag naman kinuha natin yung values ng x natin from the right, so we can start from 1.3, 1.5, 1.8, 1.9, then 1.99. So, as you can see, kapag from the left ang kinuha natin sa values ng x, papalapit din siya ng papalapit sa 7, and yung 7 natin is constant throughout the graph. So, possible siya, and nag-i-exist siya. So, what have you noticed? So, as you can see, etong una nating sinagutan, so ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng limit of f of x as x approaches to 2 is equal to 6? This is just limit. On the other hand, ito naman ay function. Nag-evaluate tayo. So, these are two different entities. So, huwag kayong malilito So, na-solve natin sila pareha. So, goods na tayo dyan. Next, number 2. Explain what the equation limit of g of x as x approaches to 7 is equal to 3 means. And is it possible for the equation to be true and yet g of 7 is undefined? So, what does limit of g of x as x approaches to 7 means? So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, just like the first explanation sa number 1, parehas lang siya. So, as x is getting closer and closer to 7, our g of x approaches a certain value which is getting closer and closer to 3. So, habang papalapit yung value ng x natin sa 7, yung g of x natin ay papalapit din ng papalapit sa value ng 3. So, using Desmos again, pwede natin siyang ilagay as g of x is equal to 3. Then, pwede tayong gumawa ng table of values dito. So, papalapit ng papalapit sa 7. So, from the left, pwede tayong mag-start sa 6.3, then 6.5, then 6.8, then 6.9, 6.9, then 6.99. Okay. So, as you can see, yung values natin, yung x natin, ay mag-a-approach sa 7. So, habang papalapit yung values natin sa 7, yung f of x naman natin ay papalapit sa 3. And also, constant siya throughout the graph. So, as you can see, yung y-coordinate natin, hindi siya nagbabago. How about from the left? So, kung from the left, pwede tayo mag-start sa 7.8, 7.5, 7.3, 7.1, let's try, and 7.01. So, as you can see, kung from the left, yung values ng x from the right rather, so kung from the right, yung values ng x natin from the right, habang papalapit siya ng papalapit sa 7, papalapit yung f of x naman, yung g of x naman natin ay nag-a-approach sa 3. So, as you can see, constant pa rin yung y value natin sa coordinate. So, as you can see, that is what it means sa limit of g of x natin. So, papalapit siya ng papalapit sa f of g of x na 3. Next, is it possible for the equation to be true and yet g of 7 is undefined? Okay, itong tinatanong. Kapag in-evaluate ba natin, magiging undefined ba siya? Yet, nag-i-exist ba ang graph or yung function? The answer is yes. It is possible for the equation to be true and becomes undefined. So, again, to prove this, we are just going to assume na itong g of 7 natin ay nanggaling dito sa function na to. So, if you recall, this is an example of rational function. So, g of x is equal to x squared minus 49 all over x minus 7. So, kapag sinubstitute natin yung 7 dito sa denominator natin, magiging 7 minus 7 yan, which is 0. So, kapag naging 0, ang denominator natin magiging undefined siya. So, bakit yung 7 sinubstitute ko lang dito sa denominator at hindi sa numerator? Although, kapag sinubstitute natin ang 7 dito sa numerator, magiging 7 squared, that is 49. So, 49 minus 49, 0 rin siya, di ba? Magiging indeterminate. Pero, pag sinabi kasi natin indeterminate, meron siyang value, pero hindi natin alam kung ano yung certain value na yon. Pero kapag sinabi naman natin undefined, wala talaga siyang value, okay? So, yun yung pinakaiba. So, kapag naman ginraph natin tong g of x is equal to x squared minus 49 all over x minus 7, makikita natin na meron tayong whole. Kung natatandaan nyo sa continuity of a function, maaari lamang masabi natin na discontinuous ang isang function kung ito ay nag-jump, nag-break, or meron tinatawag na whole sa ating graph. So, tingnan natin using Desmos. So, using Desmos, so g of x is equal to x squared minus 49 all over x minus 7. So, as you can see, what have you noticed? So, linear yung graph natin. Pero tingnan nyo to. So, lagay lang ako ng coordinate para makita nyo yung 7. So, 7, 0. Andyan yung 7 natin. Labelan ko lang ng 7. 7 rather. Here. So, here. So, as you can see, kung yung graph natin, approaching siya from the left, sabihin na natin, papalapit siya ng papalapit sa 7, taas pa tayo ng konti, ulitan pa natin ng konti, papalapit siya sa 7, mapapansin nyo, habang lumalapit siya sa 7, pagdating dito, at exactly 7, naging undefined siya. At kung mapapansin nyo, meron siyang hole sa graph. So, dito yung ibig sabihin natin na undefined. Although nag-i-exist yung graph niya, pagdating dito sa 7, kapag sinubstitute natin yung 7 doon sa denominator, magiging undefined siya. So, again, yun yung ibig ko sabihin sa whole. Ayan. So, undefined siya. So, 7, and yung y value niya is undefined. Alright. Next. So, as you can see, na-solve na natin yung dalawa. Again, these are two different entities. Itong isa ay limits. Ito namang isa ay rational function or function. So, again, we solve it quietly. So, next tayo for number 3. Okay. Suppose limit of h of x as x approaches to 5 from the left. So, as you can see, yung 5 natin may exponent na negative is equal to 0. And limit of h of x as x approaches to 5 from the right is equal to 1. Ang tinatanong, is it possible for the limit of h of x as x approaches to 5 to exist? Nag-exist nga ba siya? So, meron tayo ditong limit of h of x as x approaches 5 from the left. So, again, kapag from the left, makikita natin na yung exponent dito sa value ng c natin ay merong negative. Kapag naman from the right, eto siya. So, the limit of h of x as x approaches 5 from the right, meron siyang positive or plus sign sa exponent ng c is equal to 1. Kung matatandaan nyo yung first lesson natin sa basic calculus, so, eto sila, meron tayong tinatawag na one-sided limits. So, paano natin masasabi na yung binigay sa atin ay one-sided limits? Kung masasabi natin siya kapag binigyan tayo ng isang left-handed, which is eto, at isang right-handed limit. Left-handed kasi nga, again, meron tayong negative sign dito sa value ng c natin, which is 5, and meron naman tayong positive sign dito sa ating c, which is sa 5, which is yung right hand natin, right-hand limit natin. And also, what have you noticed? As you can see, yung left-hand limit natin, nag-equal siya sa 0. And yung right-hand limit naman natin ay nag-equal sa 1. So, they are not equal, no? So, the limit of h of x as x approaches to 5 from the left is not equal to the limit of h of x as x approaches to 5 from the right. Hindi sila nag-equal. So, therefore, kapag naman kinuha natin yung limit of h of x as x approaches to 5. So, what have you noticed? As you can see, wala nang sign dito sa exponent. Ibig sabihin, ito ay tinatawag natin na two-sided limit. So, dahil hindi equal ang left-hand limit natin, ang right-hand limit natin, o yung one-sided limit natin, we can say that this is DNE or does not exist. Tandaan nyo rin na kapag gumagamit tayo ng DNE, hindi tayo naglalagay ng equal dahil ang DNE ay hindi value. Okay? So, para ma-visualize natin, no, i-apply talaga natin or I will give an example na parallel dito sa ating tanong. So, for example, so again, this is just an example only. We have the given piecewise function. So, h of x is equal to 2x minus 10 if x is less than 5. Then, h of x is equal to 3x minus 9 squared minus 35 if x is greater than or equal to 5. So, kailangan natin makuha yung left-hand limit natin at yung right-hand limit natin o yung tinatawag natin na one-sided limits. So, kung from the left ang gagamitin natin, etong, ano sa tingin nyo yung function na gagamitin natin? So, as you can see, ito yung gagamitin natin, yung 2x minus 10. Bakit? Kasi ang condition niya ay x is less than. So, less than siya. X is less than 5. So, siya ang gagamitin natin. So, the limit of 2x minus 10 as x approaches 5 from the left. So, ito yung sign, from the left. Then, we can directly substitute the value of x or yung nag-a-approach yung x, which is 5. So, dito sa value ng x natin. So, 2 times 5 minus 10. Then, 5 times 2, that is 10. Then, copy negative 10. Then, 10 minus 10, that is 0. So, ang value ng ating limit, the limit of 2x minus 10 as x approaches 5 from the left is equal to 0. How about from the right? So, kung from the right ang gagamitin natin, itong namang function here ang gagamitin natin, yung 3x minus 9 squared minus 35. Bakit? Kasi, yung condition niya is x is greater than or equal to 5. So, using that, so limit of 3x minus 9 squared minus 35 as x approaches to 5 from the right. So, positive yung sign ng c natin. Then, we can directly substitute the value of x, which is 5, dito sa ating value ng x dito sa ating function. So, 3 times 5 minus 9 squared minus 35. Then, we can expand this. So, 3 times 5, that is 15. So, 15 minus 9 squared minus 35. Then, 15 minus 9, that is 6. So, 6 squared. So, 6 squared minus 35. Pwede pa natin i-expand tong 6 squared. And 6 times 6 or 6 squared, that is 36. So, 36 minus 35, that is 1. So, what have you noticed? Again, yung limit natin dito from yung limit of 2x minus 10 as x approaches 5 from the left is equal to 0. And yung limit natin sa 3x minus 9 squared minus 35 as x approaches to 5 from the right is equal to 1. So, yung left-hand limit natin tsaka yung right-hand limit natin, hindi sila equal. So, therefore, we can say na yung limit natin o yung two-sided limit natin ay DNE or does not exist dahil yung one-sided limit natin ay hindi nag-equal. And just like yung sinabi ko kanina, so naggumawa lang ako ng example, yung parallel na example, para ma-visualize natin na hindi sila mag-equal or hindi sila nag-i-exist. Next. Ayan sila. For number 4, suppose that the limit of m of x as x approaches 10 from the right is equal to infinity. Is it possible for the limit of m of x as x approaches 10 to exist? So, ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng limit of m of x as x approaches 10 from the right is equal to infinity? So, tatandaan natin na kapag meron tayong sagot na infinity, ang keyword dito ay without bound. Ibig sabihin, walang restriction. Ngayon, ang tinatanong, nag-i-exist nga ba ang limit of m of x as x approaches to 10? So, ito, one-sided limit natin to. Ito yung right-hand limit natin. Hindi siya mag-i-exist. Kasi, kapag nagpalit tayo ng specific na value dito sa ating function, dire-diretso lang yan or infinite lang siya. So, therefore, hindi siya mag-i-exist. So, kapag ginraph natin yan or kapag nagbigay tayo ng example dyan, so, example nito ay limit of 1 over x as x approaches to 0. So, pwede natin gamitin yung natutunan natin ng unang lesson natin sa basic calculus, which is using the tables of values for us to get the values from the left side and right side. So, from the left, mangyayari, yung x natin dito, magkakaroon tayo ng negative sign kasi from the left. So, the limit of 1 over x as x approaches to 0 from the left. So, using table of values, ayan. So, yung mga values ng x natin, ako na nag-assign, then isa-substitute na lang natin siya dito sa x. So, pwede tayong mag-substitute. So, using that, so 1 over negative 0.1, so that is negative 10. 1 over negative 0.01, that is negative 100. 1 over negative 0.001, that is negative 1,000. So, what have you noticed? Papaliit yung value natin, no? So, from negative 10, naging negative 100, then naging negative 1,000, naging negative 10,000, at negative 100,000. We can also check that using our calculator. So, using this calculator, so kapag sinubstitute natin siya, so 1 over, so negative 0.1, ang magiging sagot natin ay negative 10. Habang nagdadagdag tayo ng 0 dito sa left ng 1 natin, ayan, so magiging negative 100 siya. How about dagdagan pa natin ng isang 0, nagiging negative 1,000 siya. So, papalaki ng papalaki, or papaliit ng papaliit rather, yung value ng f of x natin. How about from the right? Kung from the right ang gagawin natin, mangyayari, limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0 from the right. So, naging positive na yung sign ng 0 natin dito. So, using the table of values, so, iniba ko lang yung sign. So, ang mangyayari, dahil iniba ko lang yung sign, magiging positive lang ang value nito. So, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So, from the right naman, papalaki naman ng papalaki yung value natin. And walang specific na value na mag-a-approach dito sa ating limit. So, i-check din natin using our calculator again. So, kapag naman from the right, so, 1 over 0.1, that is 10. Diba? Then, dagdagan natin ng 0, that is 100. So, 0.001 naman, that is 1,000. So, papalaki naman ng papalaki yung value natin dito from the right. So, we can conclude na dahil papalaki naman ng papalaki yung value natin dito sa limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0 from the left, magiging negative infinity yan. Okay? Kasi wala siyang specific na value na i-approach. Okay? Then, from the right, the limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0 from the right, magiging positive infinity naman yan. So, dahil wala namang value or specific value na kapag pinlog in natin ay mag-a-approach yung ating function. So, therefore, we can say na yung one-sided limit natin at two-sided limit natin ay hindi equal. So, ang ating two-sided limit, which is limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0, is DNE or does not exist. Actually, we can graph this using Desmos. So, using Desmos, so, dahil wala tayong limit dito sa Desmos, pwede na tayong mag-assign. So, sabihin natin f of x is equal to 1 over x. Okay. So, as you can see, meron tayong rational function. Zoom in ko lang. So, tapos, ang limit natin, o yung value ng x natin, ay mag-a-approach siya sa 0. So, ayan. So, gawin natin itong broken line. So, ayan. So, kung natatandaan nyo sa GenMath or sa General Mathematics, meron tayong tinatawag na horizontal asymptote. which is kapag sinubstitute natin yung value doon sa ating denominator, magiging undefined siya. So therefore, dapat yung graph natin ay hindi dumaan doon. So as you can see, dito sa graph natin, hindi dumadaan yung graph natin sa 0. Bakit? Yun yung asymptotes niya. Papalapit lang siya ng papalapit sa 0, pero hindi siya mag-a-approach dun o hindi siya didikit. Okay? Ganon din dito sa baba. Okay? So that is why negative infinity siya. Kasi kung from the left, bababa lang yan. Okay? At papaliitan ng papaliit yung value niya. Ngayon naman, kung from the right, papalaki naman ng papalaki yung value niya. And hindi siya mag-a-approach sa y-axis natin or yung sa x-axis natin na 0. Okay? So, that's it. Next. So for part B, determine all the values of C which the limit of r of x as x approaches C does not exist. So, meron tayong piecewise function dito. So, marami-raming function to. Meron tayong 4. Next. So, r of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 5 as if x is less than or equal to negative 4. Next. R of x is equal to 4 if x is greater than negative 4 but less than 0. Next. R of x is equal to x squared minus 7x plus 4 if x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 7. And lastly, r of x is equal to x minus 3 all over x minus 8 squared if x is greater than 7. So, unahin natin yung unang function natin. Ang titignan natin kung hindi siya mag-exist. So, as you can see yung condition dito, so r of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 5 if x is greater than or if x is less than or equal to negative 4. Kapag pinalit natin yung negative 4 dito sa ating denominator, mag-exist pa rin siya. Okay? So, how about kapag ginawa natin, iniba natin yung interval? What if gawin natin r of x is equal to x minus 2 or over x plus 5 if x is less than or equal to negative 5? Kapag yung negative 5 ay ipinalit natin dito sa denominator natin, which is x plus 5, magiging 0 na siya. So, kapag nag-0 yung denominator natin, magiging undefined na siya. So, therefore, kapag naging undefined, magiging DNE na siya or does not exist. So, bawal siyang bawal palitan yung x natin or bawal mag-equal yung x natin sa negative 5. And we can visualize that using Desmos. So, r of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 5. X plus 5 rather. Ayan. So, as you can see, meron din tayong tinatawag again na horizontal asymptote. Yung horizontal asymptote, dito hindi mag-a-approach yung graph, but rather magiging asymptotic siya sa part na to. So, ang ating horizontal asymptote ay negative 5. Then, gawin natin siyang broken line. Ayan. So, as you can see, yung graph natin, papalapit lang siya ng papalapit sa 0, sa negative 5 rather, pero hindi siya mag-a-approach. Ganon din dito sa taas. Papalapit lang siya ng papalapit sa negative 5, pero hindi siya mag-a-approach. So, bawal ipalit ang negative 5 dito sa x natin or else magiging undefined siya. Or, as you can see dito sa ating instruction, na hindi siya mag-exist. Okay? How about this one? So, r of x is equal to 4 if x is greater than negative 4 but less than 0. So, dahil constant lang yung binigay natin, kahit ano man ang value ng x natin dito, mag-exist pa rin to. So, there's no value that will make the function r of x DNE or does not exist or undefined. Dahil continuous lang siya. So, pakita ko sa inyo. So, r of x is equal to 4. So, itong graph natin, kahit saan man yan, continuous lang yung y value natin dyan. Iisa lang siya, constant lang siya. So, continuous yan. Okay? Next. Tayo. So, next function natin is r of x is equal to x squared minus 7x plus 4. If x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 7. So, meron tayo dito ang quadratic function. So, yung quadratic function natin, tatandaan natin na sa lahat ng klase ng polynomial, whether cubic man yan, quartic or quintic man yan, o kahit anong klaseng polynomial man yan, palaging may certain value siya. So, there's no value that will make the function r of x DNE or undefined. And note that all polynomial functions are continuous everywhere. Kung tatandaan nyo yung lesson natin na continuity of a function, lahat ng polynomials ay continuous. So, this means that you can always find a value for the function that at any point you choose. So, there are no gaps, walang jump, wala ring hole sa graph natin, at kapag dinrawing natin siya manually using a graphing paper, hindi magli-lift yung pen natin kapag dinrawing at dire-diretso lang siya. So, to visualize, we can plug in the r of x or the function, so x squared minus 7x plus 4. So as you can see, yung graph natin, continuous lang yan at wala siyang value na makakapag-undefined sa kanya. So this continuous lang yan, infinitely. Okay, next. For the last one, meron tayong rational function. So r of x is equal to x minus 3 all over x minus 8 squared if x is greater than 7. So, magiging d and e siya. Kasi ang condition natin dito ay if x is greater than 7. Kapag kinuha natin yung value ng x sa 8 na mas mataas sa 7, let's say 8. So, kapag sinasubstitute natin yung 8 dito sa ating denominator which is x minus 8 squared. So, kapag yung x minus 8 squared natin pinalitan natin ng 8 minus 8 squared, magiging 0 squared na siya. And ang 0 squared, 0 pa rin yun. So, ang magiging denominator natin ay 0. So, x minus 3 all over 0, which is undefined. So, bawal maging 8 or bawal tayo mag-substitute ng 8 dito sa ating denominator para i-substitute dito sa ating x kasi magiging undefined siya. So, kapag ginraph natin yan, so r of x is equal to x minus 3 all over x minus 8 squared. So, ang asymptote natin, so ang ating horizontal asymptote ay x is equal to positive 8. So, gawin natin siyang broken line kasi asymptote siya. Yan. So, as you can see, yung graph natin, so magmula dito, yung graph natin, papalapit lang siya ng papalapit sa 8, pero hindi siya didikit kasi nga asymptote siya. Okay. So, that is the graph of our rational function. And that's it and that's all. Thank you for listening and I hope you learned something from our group.